Hello, this is Samuel from Action Figure Fury, and today I bring you a review of the NECA Universal Monsters Frankenstein's Monster Color version. I believe this was a Target exclusive for a time in the States, or Walmart exclusive in the States. I know it was either one of those stores, it was an exclusive, but I know it's got a general release now, the color version of Frankenstein's Monster. Of course, based on the original 1931 Frankenstein. I have to say I'm really impressed with this figure, especially after watching the film for the first time in full last night, which was just over an hour, which really did surprise me because I thought it would be a bit longer, and I was quite surprised to see that the Bride of Frankenstein was just over an hour as well. Then again, I'm guessing in the 1930s it did have some shorter length films, which you don't see at all today, but I have to say I was really impressed with the film, especially Boris Karloff's portrayal as the monster was absolutely fantastic, and I'm really impressed with how NECA have got the likeness to Boris Karloff or William Henry Pratt down to the 7-inch scale in the full makeup by Jack Pierce that looks this accurate is absolutely incredible. I'm really blown away by this figure. I know that various companies have held the license for Universal Monsters. I think Sideshow did some figures nearly about 20 years ago. I know Diamond Select Toys did some as well, but only just since last year NECA have got the license to Universal Monsters, and this is my first one I've actually got. I know they've also released versions of Lon Chaney Jr.'s The Wolfman, and also the Boris Karloff, the Mummy. I know also getting a Bela Lugosi Dracula as well. They've teased that, but haven't actually fully revealed it yet. But I'm really excited for the future of this line, especially after getting this figure in hand and watching reviews of the others, which I'm very keen to get as well. I'm definitely all in, as long as if they continue to look this good as I have these number of figures I have done so far. I'm definitely going to get all of them. Just bring in the figure closer. I might have to pan the camera up just so you can see that likeness. The likeness is absolutely uncanny. I am really impressed with the job NECA have done here. You got the sullen eye look, got the sort of the cheekbones really showing, and then you got the flat top. You got the, if I bring in the head, I have to bring it in a bit closer. See the gash wound on the head here, the flat top, bit of metal here, the ears, the bolts. I was really surprised, you never really see it in the film, but he has a wound on the bottom of his neck, or the bottom of his chin line. You didn't see that at all in the film, and I was very curious when I got this figure. I noticed that. I thought it might be a bit of paint error at first. When I looked at the other heads, they've got the same wound as well, so it's not an error at all, which was quite surprising for me. I never noticed that in the film. Of course, you've got the bolts in the neck, a bit of blood around them. You got the ill-fitted suit. Looks really accurate. Got one of it buttoned up in the middle there, no button there. Got the pockets here on the side, short sleeves. You got the more metal implements where he's been put together. Bit of blood on there. You got the dead look to the flesh, which is, we don't, even though it's in black and white, this is what the makeup very much looked like. Really impressed with this. He's got his trousers on. He's got these 13-pound boots with additional height added to them. Really impressed. You can see where the boot would be, and the boot ends, and where the extension to it is added. It's really cool. Apparently, according to the film's trivia, these boots weighed 13 pounds. Well, very heavy for Boris Karloff to wear, especially when he, at the end of the film, when he carries Colin Clive's Dr. Frankenstein up the windmill with this suit on, those 13 pounds boots. It was very heavy for him. Really accurate. I'm really impressed. Great job NECA have done. There isn't much paint to it. Then again, the costume is only really in two-tone, well, different shades of black t-shirt, sort of hair here, the suit jacket, trousers and boots. So there's not much colour variation at all, except for in the skin tone, which really does pop. I know the black and white figure does look great, but as I've got a lot of colour figures I really want to get the colour version of Frankenstein first. I might get the black and white version down the line, I don't know. But I know they're doing colour versions of the various monsters, so I prefer to get the colour ones. This does look really, really impressive. Really, really impressed with this figure. Absolutely outstanding. The way articulation, it's very, very smooth on this figure. He's got a ball jointed head. You can also see the neck move as well. There's a ball joint in the bottom of the neck, which is implemented really well, so you can really get the look like that when he's looking down. Really does add quite a lot, which is really nice. He's got ball jointed shoulders, and he goes about as far as the suit body would allow. This is a soft. This is the suit jacket's a soft piece of plastic over the hard body. He's got a single jointed elbow. You get quite a lot of motion out of that. You can also rotate there as well. And he's got articulation at the hand. He's got a hinge, so the hinge goes down and up or side to side when you got the arm correctly posed. You can rotate as well. This hand's a little bit loosey-goosey. I'm not too sure why, but it's not really a problem for me. These hands didn't come on in the packaging. You'll see those in a little while. I've got to put these extra hands on him. He has, in the chest, you can get a good bit of leaning forward, leaning back in there, which there's a ball joint in the chest. There's also a waist swivel, or is it a ball joint in the waist? I can't be too Actually, I think it's a ball joint there. There's nothing here. The ball joint's at the waist, so you can go down, get that lurch sort of motion, and also rotates. There's a ball joint there at the bottom of the waistline, and at the hips, they've got ball joint slightly hindered by the sculpt. You can go forward, back a little bit, out a little bit, and again, he's not a very acrobatic character, so you don't expect the monster to be in many poses. Got a single jointed knee, which works really well. Rotation there. At the ankle, it's got a hinge. They're quite stiff. Go down a bit, so very, very hard. And you can go up. You can also rotate. You also swivels at the ball joint as well, which is nice. So the range of articulation is incredibly smooth. On this figure, I had no qualms with any of the joints at all except for the ankles, which don't really have to move too much. Was really impressed with the accessories as well, especially how easily interchangeable the head and hands were. Because I have had a few number of NECA figures where the interchangeable heads have been an absolute pain to change on some of them. But thankfully with the monster here, no problem at all. I'll show them both off. This is the more scared head, when Fritz is scaring him with the fire, when people are putting fire in his face. He does get scared. Very, very accurate to the film. You can see the teeth there. Really, really cool. Sort of scared facial expression. Got the gash on his head. Again, you got the wound here. Very accurate. I'm really, really impressed with the other head sculpts. Not so much this one. It's not a problem with the likeness per se. I think it's just the paint. This is more when he's with the little girl playing with the flowers. I think it's just the paint on this eye here that's throwing it off a bit, because it's just not as good as the paint on the other head, on the other eye, so it does throw it off a little bit. But the facial expression is still good. You got all the wound there as well. Really, really accurate. Really, really impressed. The paint job on both these heads is fantastic, and you can easily pop the heads off. I'll just show it now. I'll do it on camera. It's very easy. Just got. Actually, I might have to do it off camera. Bear me a second. Yep. The head comes off. Yep. Here we go. This is the scared head. Works really well. Went on there very, very easily. It wasn't too difficult to take the head off and put this head on in its place. Looks really cool. Do like that. And to go with this, he also has some interchangeable hands as well. He comes with, these are the pair of hands he comes with in the package. These relaxed pair of hands. It's very flat hands when he's walking and have his hands down by his side, or when he's just waking up and everything else, or when he's reaching up to the light and such forth. They're really, really good looking hands. Again, got that dead look to them, the black fingernails. Really, really impressive. He also comes with some flower hands from the scene by the lake or the river. So you got this, I think it's by the lake. Yeah, it's with hands up the flowers. Just be careful of the paint on those. I'll show those in a moment. But he does hold them very well. Of course, when he stands up, he's not going to move around. Had the flowers in his hands. He does come with the flowers. This is the single flower and the bunch of flowers. They're both the same. It's just a white flower with a yellow part in the middle and the green stalks. A bit hard to see on camera then again. You can see some detailing on them there. Really, really well done. If you want to have the monster holding these. And finally, he gets some chains. These you just take off the hands, put these chains around the wrists and put the hands on. Works really well. I'm not sure if it's a real metal chain or not, but it's very, very good. You can get him in some good poses with this. Very, very scene specific, mind, but still great that he came with this. I know also the is it the Jada Toys version, which came out last year. They also came with shackles for the monster. So these are very, very nice. Of course, NECA have just announced an accessory set, which I've wrote about on the site, which you get the table which the creature comes from, when they rise him up to make him alive, and obviously the operating table, he comes with that. It also comes with a bandaged head for either black and white or colour version, because I think the flat top is only really part that's exposed, so it doesn't matter if it's put on the black and white or the colour version. You also get a blanket to cover the body, and you also get a torch to torment the poor creature with as well. And that does look really, really good. It's not I'm not sure it's up for pre-order in the UK yet, but I would be keen to get that, because it's obviously such a pivotal part of the monster's creation. Speaking on the subject of Frankenstein, I really love to see figures of Bride and Frankenstein. I think the monster is in a different outfit in that film, and of course I definitely want the bride. I can imagine the Elsa Lanchester head sculpt. They've done such a fantastic job with Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney Jr. I'm very, very excited to see what they do for her. I'm really excited to see that. That's an absolute must for me from that film. Hoping they release that sometime later this year or early next year. I would definitely love to get it to go with this creature. It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's only fair as well, I'll do some height comparisons. This is the monster. I've got another big fella here. This is the Friday the 13th Part 7 Jason Ultimate figure, which is one of my favourites. I might have to lower the camera just so you can see the height differences. As you can see, the monster is just a bit taller than Jason, and I know this is a bit of an unfair comparison. Here as well is the NECA Ultimate Evil Dead 2 Ultimate Hero Ash, which was a Walmart exclusive, which you can still find on store shelves, I believe. Some people may spot it from time to time. That's it. I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see the height difference between the three of these figures. As you can see, the monster towers over both of them, which is accurate because he is meant to be very, very big. I'm very, very happy with this figure of the monster. Highly recommend it. If you're a fan of the classic Universal Monsters films and haven't picked up this figure yet, I highly recommend it. I'm definitely going to go and get the Mummy figure as well, and probably the Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman. They look absolutely excellent, so they are a must for me. If you haven't seen the original Frankenstein and like old-fashioned horror films, I highly recommend it. It's not a very long film. It's very atmospheric, and Boris Karloff is excellent as the monster. Highly recommend this figure. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this review. Please like, share, and subscribe, and bye for now.